What's up everybody, how's it going? Welcome to this episode of Car Rant. Today we are putting in the other seat for the 240 and bolting in a new steering wheel so we can finally finalize the interior of the Gold 240. What do we need, brother?
Small Phillips head to get the screw back here. Panel popper or a flathead. You literally just pop this right out. Disconnect your wires back there. Your crown nut should be
directly
already
underneath
exposed.
Okay.
And then,
which, let us clarify, this we believe does not have an airbag. Not all of these cars had airbags in them. We believe this is one of the few that don't have an airbag in it.
No, most S13s didn't have airbags. S14s is when they start putting airbags in.
So, point being, we should be okay to just separate it. We did disconnect the battery anyway, yes? So, safety first, kids. That's how you do things around here. Alright, so we pulled a fancy trick. There's a screw underneath that allows you to disconnect part of the actual like horn structure. Makes it easier to pull it out. What we did was just use this big old screwdriver, and we wedged it in from behind, and then I just kind of yeeted it and pulled it. That popped out the bottom and allowed us to separate it from the top. There's a tab in this you'll need to disconnect, and obviously the round for the horn. And now that that's out, Ian, you have your impact driver? You ready to send it?
Right down here.
Let's do it. Alright, do the honors, Ian. Hold the wheel straight. Ready? Okay, that came out way easier than it should have. That's a little disturbing for those of you watching who've been watching since the Honda days, when I did an aftermarket wheel on my car. Come on, let go. I'm literally shaking the door so you can do this. It's trying to come. These are usually wedged on so tight, you leave the crown nut on there so you don't bash your face in when you start knocking it out. Oh man, I'm gonna have to let you give this a shot. Alright. This is like the sword and the stone here. Whoever can get the wheel out gets it. Alright, set it. Oh, he's going for the wiggle technique. I was going for the bash it until it breaks.
Please don't break anything on my car. We already had an accident yesterday.
Oh? What happened yesterday? Oh, there it is. I heard that click. Alright, spin off the nut and it comes off. Fun fact, for those of you who are new, when I had a Honda and I was doing this, the wheel was locked on so tight that you couldn't actually remove it. So you had to sit there with a hammer to break off the old wheel in order to take that piece out. It was a bit intense.
You're gonna have some weight reduction.
Is that heavy? Let me see. Ooh, okay. Wow, that is beefy.
Christmas time!
Yes! Do it.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. All right, Ish, talk us through it. Why this wheel? What is this wheel? What other fancy bit do you have for that wheel?
I'll show you at the end. The piece de resistance.
The piece de resistance. You try to save that for last.
Grip Royal, probably because it was like the middle of the road in quality.
Okay.
Like, and it's got that nardy style, which I like. And the wood because I'm a classic man.
Wow. Okay. Now, originally we had bought this for Ruby, which, if you've been watching since season 3, Ruby was our original 240 project that we unfortunately had to let go, and it matched that car perfectly. And then out of nowhere we get a brown interior with black parts everywhere. Now we're like, oh, that kind of works for the era of the car too. It still works. Have an NRG hub, nice and simple, does the job. We're going to bolt that sucker right on there. We're going to start wiring things back together the way it should be. Make sure our clock springs are all dialed in correctly. And we should, in theory, be set to try driving around with it, man. It's going to be fun.
In theory.
Especially because it's raining. Test fitting the pièce de résistance. That's all you get to see. There we go. We're done. Thanks for watching, guys. No, I'm kidding. We're actually going to tummy test a couple of things. Done. We're going to change the wiring out in a moment because we got to figure out which one's power and which one's not, so we can mark it with like a pen or something. But dude, this is nice, bro. Look at this. And then, oh, magic trick. Done.
Security.
Security. And then, done.
It looks awesome, and nobody will ever be able to steal your car unless they use a rollback.
Or some other very, very complicated Fast and Furious level removal system for your vehicle.
If they go through as much work as a Fast and Furious heist, they can just have the car.
Alrighty, so we got the 240 in the garage. We got to show you something real quick. Ish did this kind of off camera. We were hoping to film it, but it is what it is. Boom! Nice, fresh engine intake system. Basically, it's really straightforward to do these. It's just like the one on the IS and also kind of like the Evo. You take the old system off, you plug in the new lines, and reuse what you can, because that's really the smartest play. Once you do that, then you bolt it all together, and you're good. The difference is, we sealed up this end because this end, unfortunately, went to some of our other systems that no longer are in the car. We've had the passenger seat in the car for, well, months now, but now it's time for us to add in our driver's seat. We have very, very exciting news with this because we have the parts we need to mount it to a slider rail so that we can actually adjust the seating position in this car. We got in touch with the company. We'll leave the link to the company in the description, and Ishmael can give us the name later because I don't remember. They made these for us, which is awesome. Like, not a lot of companies are willing to make parts for you. They made these for us.
That's awesome.
Thanks to actually opening the packaging. Company is Pro Car Innovations. This is their diagram. This is for a bottom mount for Recaro SR3s. Fun fact about SR3s is they have a very different design. Most seats will have your typical 4 bolts, so 2 at the top, 2 at the bottom. With SR3s, they are 6 bolts. So you'll have 1 at the bottom and then 2 at the top. Because of this different design, it's been very hard for us to find a slider that will fit. These are slider adapters, and we bought their sliders just to kind of keep it all brand related and specific so it'll all fit together the way it's supposed to. With that said, I'm going to actually go ahead and bolt this to the bottom of the Recaro. I believe that's how we're going to go about this, is start with the seat and then move to the rail. If it's the other way around, it's the other way around, and we'll let you guys know, but otherwise it's pretty straightforward. It's just bolting things together. It's like a Lego set, but more fun. A little bit of doing. We got it together, got it on there. Synth grease, the best substance ever. Helps get the bolts in and make sure they stay tight and all that jazz. But the sliders are now balanced, they're evened out, they are set up. Now that this is all put together, all we have to do now is grab the plated seat frame that we have for it, bolt everything to it, and then take out the driver's seat so that we have matching seats in there now. We're now pulling the seat out. We've removed the wheel to give ourselves a little bit better clearance. So yeah, go ahead, Ian. Send it. Oh God, we need to get rid of that. I forgot. Seatbelt sensor. We're gonna have to take that off that one. Quick little bit about the seatbelt thing as well. If you go with this seat frame setup, you will need to use a shorter bolt for your seatbelt mounting bracket, if that makes sense. Not everywhere requires the lap belt. We live in a state that does. With that said, if you're still trying to keep that seatbelt, you're going to need a smaller bolt. The bolt that comes with it is really, really long. Kind of unnecessary in length when you think about it. So we have the bolts for it. We just got to find them. They're somewhere in our toolbox. And then we can put on the glorious, not so glorious, but yeah, that thing. So I just did like a quick dummy run. Yeah, I sat the seat back. Just did a dummy run. What do you think, bro?
Looks good, dude. I have both seats in there, man.
There you go. Yeah. Period correct JDM seats now.
Now down the road, now that we know that these fit, hop to order a set for the other side. Oh, get it done. Oh God. Oh,
it's definitely taller. You definitely have to angle in more. Did I get you in a good position? How's it feel position-wise?
Good.
Look at your head. Look up real quick. You're like right there. Give it a little love. Things I'm never gonna get used to.
I'm in my house shoes, so.
In other words, forgive him if he can't drive. Position-wise though, it's kind of high, but it sits well.
I like it.
Like it's comfortable.
It is definitely high.
But it's comfortable. Like look at your knees. Your knees are bent well.
Yeah.
They're not like or whatever.
It's probably end up being more comfortable on like long drives.
And definitely more orthopedic for your knees, so you're not blowing them out. Okay. That shifter is mean. Yes! God's clean. Here we go. Ishmael getting it for the first time in his own car with real seats. They're comfortable, yeah?
Oh yeah, dude, I love it.
These are originally meant for the Evo. I thought it'd be nice to give it to him because I'm a little too fat. These probably fit you great.
They're good, dude. I feel like I'm not going anywhere.
Oh, here we go.
That clutch is giving up.
That clutch needs a better one.
You hear it give up? Like right in that, it's like, okay. I don't wanna. I wanna if you know. If we made it, don't kill you.
That's definitely now the intro clip for this video.
And on that note, guys, thank you all for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Like and sub if you haven't already. And if you're still watching this credit section, even though there's no visual, we hope that you'll stick around because we've got more great content coming for you in regard to the Lexus and maybe even the Evo soon. Otherwise, thanks again, guys. We'll see you next time. Peace.